branding is concerned, especially where your business is concerned each and every day. So this is where we get to obviously get to be joined in by Danny. That's Danny Muyansalu, right on branding in at money. So on the other side, branding in at money, keep a lock to money to not touch that there. So branding in at money it is, and of course we are right here to give you nothing but all the best, especially where the business world is concerned. So it is branding in at money with Yamfumu. The time when I get to be joined in by Danny, right on a brand in at money on 93.7. Danny, good to have you right on branding at money on 93.7 Money FM.
Yeah, sure thing, Moses. Good to be here again. Uh,
Mhm.
Trying to help people understand how they should brand themselves in this age of where everything is digital now, right? So everything is social media. If you're not on social media, then you're not there. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, interesting, I
Yes.
should say. And talking about branding and business, especially around the digital age, I should say it's very interesting because we're looking at some great involvements. And if you're just joining in, you can, as well, stream live right on the Money FM Facebook page, and you can leave in your comments. You can obviously brought forth your questions and what obviously you would want to hear or what you'd want to do. By the end of it, this we can express that interest via Facebook because we are live right now on Facebook, the Money FM Facebook page right on 93.7. And you can follow on, of course, the website as well as www.1fmzambia.com and get to click on the listen button. You'll be able to listen to 93.7. And as well, 93.7, that's on stereo, and you'll be able to listen to Money FM. So, like I mentioned, let's talk about much in relation to what really happens, especially on the digital age branding in at money with young Fumo and versus the digital age on today. This is quite interesting. What do you say around digital and the branding itself, Danny?
Okay, so the big thing is the big thing now is digital marketing, right? And then
Yeah.
so what I'm trying to do with all these shows and everything is people need to understand how to brand themselves in this digital age. They need to understand how to handle certain things online and everything in relationship to their brand. So they need to understand how to keep uh, their brand at a higher level in this digital age.
Hmm. Okay. So
Yes.
when you say
So
to keep, mhm.
yes.
Okay, so if you say to keep it high in the digital age, we are seeing obviously businesses trying obviously to follow certain patterns and at times to follow certain trends. How consistent then should they be looking at the digital space? Should they do something tomorrow? You don't know how things are going to be.
Okay. So being consistent. Uh, what I bring the idea of planning. So when you want to be consistent online, you have to have a plan, right? So you have to plan your strategy, your digital marketing strategy, and you also plan your content. Because if you don't plan, you'll be thinking about what to post every day, and that's very hard. So it's better
Mhm.
you plan your digital marketing strategy in advance, and you also plan for your content to say, okay, this is what I'm going to post on Monday. This is what I'm going to post on Wednesday. This is what I'm going to post on Friday. If you have heard, I've skipped one day in between, right? Because you can't be posting every day and you don't have what to post, right? So you need to have a plan to say, okay, I'll be posting 3 times in a week. Okay, I'll be posting 4 times in a week, or I'll be posting like 5 times in a week. That's also good. So you need to plan for pretty much everything that you do online, because take note, everyone is seeing what you're doing, right? So if you don't plan, you can't be consistent. So you need to have a strategy backing your plan, and then you need to plan everything. You can even plan for a month or two in advance.
Interesting. So if you're just joining in, it is Brandin at Money with Yamfumu right on 93.7. And of course, I'm in conversation with Danny Muyansalo right on 93.7, Branding at Money with Yamfumu. Now, the interesting part is that we are talking about digital and, of course, a brand in. So how are you going to brand in the digital world, the digital space? How are you going to be involved? That's a question. And each and every day we'll be looking around that. If you are in business, you would want to be part of course, the digital spectrum around digital marketing and everything. Now, you can as well stream live right on the Money FM Facebook page. You can as well listen via the 93.7, of course, FM. So it is what it is. It, of course, could be good to be part of the conversation right on Brand In at Money with Yamfumu. Now, you talked about planning. Here's my thought, and what really is just running in my mind right now, Danny. Sometimes along the path, we tend to feel like we have known it all, and we stop planning. We just obviously do things randomly. How does that affect obviously your consistency going forward?
Okay, you know it all, right, and you haven't planned. Then a day
Yeah.
comes where you have a meeting. Let me tell you, say from 8, 14, you're just finishing that meeting, you get into another meeting up to 18. Have you posted, or have you said anything to your target audience? No, right? So you
Yeah.
can't know it all. You just need to plan. You need to plan, and then
Okay.
you need to also utilize the scheduling tools to say, okay, tomorrow this I plan this, and this is going to be on social media, right? So you just schedule in advance to say, okay, this will go at this time. You just schedule, and then maybe in case you have a busy day that day, then you won't be able to touch your phone and start going to social media and posting. So just schedule in advance.
Okay. And the other thing is, how has obviously the digital space made it even easy to at least activities, especially around branding itself and making sure that there is always something that will communicate with the customers? How has the digital space helped accelerate that? How has it been given its significance, especially around businesses?
Okay, so with that question, we now go into a platform. So choosing the right platforms for the right audience. So you need to know your target audience. Of course, in your business plan, you have already planned to say, my products and services are for these people, and this is my audience. This is my demographics. I'm targeting 18 years and above. I'm targeting people below 30 years. You need to know that. So your question, I'll start by saying you need to know the right platform, right? So you need to
Mhm.
know, okay, where am I going to find people who are going to buy my products? Example, LinkedIn,
Mhm.
right? So uh, if you choose to say, okay, LinkedIn has the people I am targeting, then you can now see to it to say, okay, now I have to know which content to lay out. Can you just repeat the question again? I think my mind was thinking too much. Can you just repeat the question
Okay.
for me again, just a bit?
Okay, just to obviously to tell us how has the digital space made it easier for obviously every brand or every marketing strategy along with brand. How has it made it easier? You talked about scheduling, obviously to schedule something. This goes line with a
Yes.
plan, but you don't have a plan. How's it made it easier?
Okay, so I was in the right direction, just that I was overthinking. So
Hmm.
social media has made it easy for you to target your audience. You see?
Hmm.
That's why I was
Yeah.
explaining about choosing the platform. So it has
Hmm.
made it easier for you to target your audience and for you to trace who is seeing my posts, who is engaging with my post. Are people giving me reviews? So it's easy for you to communicate with your audience and getting feedback, because people can comment on your post and tell you to say, okay, your products are like this, they are not good, or they are good. And then that's the most exceptional thing that social media has brought about. Easy communication between the buyers and the customers. They leave reviews and everyone can see that, and they can see, okay, this brand is doing good, people review like this, and then they'll tap into your products and services to say, okay, these guys have good products, and we have seen it from people who are reviewing them on social media. And that's the most exceptional thing that social media has brought about.
Okay, interesting. And just the involvement of customers. How timely do you think customers are all involved, especially around your business, and how do they just get associated to this each and every day, especially when you post regularly on the digital platforms themselves?
Can you repeat the mid part of the question? I didn't get that. I think the network.
Okay, I asked you obviously the association. What is more of association between the brand and of course the customers? How does it give that attention to the customers, especially using the digital space? For example, you obviously navigating around Facebook, so there is a visibility of a brand. Each and every day you get to see that. How much of that influence is it giving to the customers, especially if I am business? How much of the influence am I going to get? And I know there are different number of course, social platforms, but the aspect is all around the digital space itself. How is it obviously bringing in that association with the consumers or the customers out there?
Okay, first thing first, you as a brand, you need to build a social media community. If you build that social media community, those will be your loyal people. Maybe 50% will be buying from you and 50% just support you, right? So there you get to associate with the community that you have built online, and it makes it easier for you to communicate, right? So the other thing is, we see a lot of adverts or a lot of brands on social media, but what makes you stand out? That's a question that you need to ask yourself. If you're trying to brand yourself better on social media, what is making you different? How are your designs laid down? How do you brand everything? Do you follow your brand identity guidelines, or you just do everything? Today you post a post having red and blue. Tomorrow you post a post having, gray and whatever. You're not consistent, so you need to be consistent so that people can easily associate with your content. I can give you an example. Today, maybe this week, I make posts with maybe a color theme of blue, green, and yellow, right? I know those are not good colors. Then next week, I start posting. I use beige. I use other colors. Are you telling me people are going to know to say, okay, this is Danny posting now, or people are going to say, but I don't know these people. People scroll through Facebook. They don't go post by post. That's what we need to understand. They just scroll. But there are those brands that are already in their mind, and they know to say, okay, Money FM uses red, right? So whenever I see a red post, I actually stop. Why do I stop? I want to read what Money FM has posted today. Now, if Money FM starts using blue, I'm going to be confused. I'm going to scroll down. I won't even pay attention to that. So there are so many posts on social media, but you need to create content or visuals that people are going to associate easily with. So that's the point.
Okay, interesting. Time is not the best ally. So if you're just joining in, this is Brandin at Money with Yamfumu, and I'm in conversation with Danny Muyansalu. He is a brand or branding coach, and we're having a conversation around digital and its involvement, especially around branding or branding its involvement in the digital space altogether. So these are the conversations. So if you're in business, could be reliant, and of course, to get the right tips that are going to drive you right ahead with, of course, the conversations around branding. Now, just give us in with the whole lot of works that you are doing and how obviously it's of help, especially the the businesses out there, as we obviously link in, especially where the digital space is concerned. Done.
Okay, so myself, I'm a brand strategist. I help businesses gain a competitive advantage online. So, I do designs, I direct adverts, I do all sorts of things. So, in my view, is people don't, what they found most is being consistent. And then we are here to help with that. We do social media management and all those things. So, and the reason we are sharing this right now is that people should understand the concept of branding and why it's important for their business. So people need to take key interest in what visuals they put out on social media. They need to be careful with what they sell on social media and how they reply to comments on social media. So that is what people miss, right? So we are here to correct that, and we're here to share knowledge on that. So uh, I have a newsletter on LinkedIn. I post once in a week, and I share some things that I've learned in my experience being a brand strategist and helping people brand themselves better online. And they can also follow my Facebook page, Danny. I share a few content there. I'm not a content machine, by the way. That's why I only have a newsletter where I post once per week. So that's the thing. People need to understand branding, and here we'll be talking about what a logo is and how people should be using their logos and their colors and everything. So that's what we'll be sharing on this platform.
Interesting, Danny. Time is not the best ally, but I'd love to make those appreciations. I'll say thank you to you, obviously, for making time to be part of the conversation, especially where branding at Money with Yamfumu is concerned. Yes, indeed. So that's Danny Muyansalo, branding coach. And of course, the conversation around digital and, of course, branding. So, how are you fitting in the branding aspect in the digital? How are you taking advantage and making sure that you utilize everything? Do always make a date to be part of branding and money with Yamfumo every Friday at 15. And of course, all conversations right on 93.7. I've been your host, Moses Mpundu, and I've been in conversation alongside Danny Moyansalo. Keep it locked to money and do not touch that dial.